Hey, Kevin here with Your Best Groove, and in just a few moments, I'm going to show you how to use Zapier with GrooveCell or GrooveCell with Zapier to get more out of Groove. But before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the updates we're bringing to you here at Groove Tutorials. All right, let's take a look at how to use GrooveCell with Zapier. Hey everybody, I've been getting some questions about how you take GrooveCell and use Zapier to send it to some other application. So I'm just going to walk through and show you what I recently created for my Groove for Growth Academy. And many of you just joined that. And I want to show you how the back end works when somebody purchases and I send the information to Freshdesk, which is where the search engine lives. So let's take a look. So inside of Zapier, I have this Zap. You can see it says create a contact in Freshdesk for G4G Academy when somebody uses the payment option. So you know the one payment was full and the other one was 2 payments. So this is the one for the 2 payments. It has GrooveFunnels is connected as well as Freshdesk. So every time you connect something to Zapier, you have to use your credentials, either log in or use an API or something. That depends on which app you're using. So we have 4 things that happen. Number 1, when somebody purchases, we're going to do a search in Freshdesk, and these apps are all already in Zapier. You'll find the different options when you start using the different apps. You'll find the triggers that you can use. So in GrooveCell, when they make a purchase, we're going to do an action to search Freshdesk to see if that contact already exists. And if they don't exist yet, we're going to create the contact. That's all I'm trying to do. So we are using the event new GrooveCell sale. It actually creates a webhook, but we don't have to worry about that because the nice thing in Zapier is you go right to your funnel, to your product, and to your price point. So you select exactly out of Groove. What we did is we said when somebody purchases this product at this price point, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use Freshdesk app and we're going to find the contact. So when we look at the details, we can see that we're using Freshdesk and we're using the event find contact. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say the buyer email, is it found in Freshdesk? So this is an if then else statement in Zapier that says if the buyer email from GrooveCell does not exactly match what we found in Zapier. Okay, so in other words, it's kind of, you got to think through all of the logic, but if the buyer email that came from GrooveCell doesn't match, that means it wasn't there. So then the final piece that we do is we're going to create the contact in Freshdesk. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So, all right, this is what comes from GrooveCell. So we have essentially everything that comes from the actual sale, including their email, their phone, billing, city, state, zip, all of that good stuff. That's what's available to you. So when we know that that's all available, we can add it. And this is what now inside of Freshdesk, they're going to let me add the first and last name, the email, the address, description, phone, and in this case, they're letting me add a tag. So when you're adding to something like MailerLite or ActiveCampaign or anything like that, or maybe even Drip, I'm not sure what all they allow you. It really depends on what that app is going to let you add. In this case, I could add a tag to them. In some of those cases, we could add them to a specific list. So you have a lot of control. So you have the trigger happens in GrooveCell. You then add somebody to your other app. You have all of those fields to choose from, and then depending on the app, you'll see what they allow you to add in the Zap. One last thing, for some apps you don't have to do the search first before you do the add. So what I've found is on some of the apps that I've worked with, if you just do add a contact or create a contact, if you just do the last step, the sale happens, so you create a contact. If there's already one there, you get an error. And it doesn't actually hurt anything. You start getting messages from Zapier saying your Zap's not working, and nobody wants to get constant messages. The other thing is, some of them, if you get a GrooveCell and then you do a search, you can actually update the contact instead of adding a contact. So you just have to play around with the options in the app that you're going to. But what I mainly wanted you to know is when you do use the trigger for a sale, you get all of the data from the sale. Hey, I hope that was helpful, and I hope you got some good stuff out of that. I want to just mention a couple of things. You can get into a free workshop monthly that we do on the third Thursdays, and the link is going to be in the description. But secondly, I mentioned in here the Groove for Growth Academy. If you'd like to know more about that, it is the most comprehensive academy for Groove that is available. It includes the most powerful search engine, keyword search, so that you can find your solutions with Groove in seconds rather than hours. I'm going to also have a link for that in the description. So we continue to work at giving you the best tools available for using Groove, and I hope you'll check it out. All right, have a groovy day.